Happy Victory Tuesday, Seahawk fans. Your Seattle Seahawks are 3-1 after a win against the New York Giants on Monday Night Football. We will scour the internet with your overreactions from last night's performance in just a moment. But first, want you to spam W in the comments section. I got to see at least 200 comments celebrating that Seahawks win from last night. Get the W's going. We'll get started with today's show. Seahawks Today is presented by Manscaped. You can save 20% off plus get free shipping at manscaped.com. Promo code Seahawks. We'll tell you more about Manscaped coming up later on in the show. It is Overreaction Tuesday, where we will break down the top storylines from the Seahawks' big win over the New York Giants, 24-3 last night. Let's go ahead and get started without further ado. And we have to begin with the one and only Devon Witherspoon. He is him, as the kids say. Devon Witherspoon was fantastic last night. And the way I looked at it, from what I saw from Devon Witherspoon in his performance, I think he was the best player on the field. Devon Witherspoon was just phenomenal with what he was able to do. And this was his coming out party of sorts on a national stage on Monday Night Football. And honestly, this is not a stretch when I say this. I'm being dead serious with y'all. That was one of the greatest performances I've ever seen from a rookie in a single game ever. That's how good Devon Witherspoon was. I don't even know if we have enough room on the graphic to go over all his stats of just how good he was last night. 7 tackles, 2 sacks, 2 tackles for loss, 3 QB hits, 1 interception, 1 touchdown. Not an overreaction at all to say that he is him. Devon Witherspoon was fantastic. And he made some history last night, too. He became just the 27th player and just the 3rd rookie in NFL history to have 2 sacks and a pick 6 in one game. So joining some elite territory, Devon Witherspoon was. And he put to bed anything about it being a potential mistake of choosing him over Jalen Carter. He's got more sacks now than Jalen Carter does, and he's a corner. So I'm excited for what Devon Witherspoon did, and he's just getting started. He's a dog. Show some love for Devon Witherspoon. Go get in that comment section. I want you to spam 21 for Devon Witherspoon. Get in there. Show him some love here on Seahawks Today from the Seahawks Today family. Number 2 on Overreaction Tuesday. Not an overreaction. Jamal Adams is simply cursed. I hate it for Jamal Adams. It was, 9 total plays before he got injured again. This guy can't catch a break. And he was already starting to make some plays immediately when he was out there. It's like, all right, Jamal Adams came here to play. And then, bam, just like that, he was already injured, leaving the game in concussion protocol on a play where he was going after Daniel Jones, trying to tackle him, and took Daniel's knee to his helmet. That could not have been something pleasant by any stretch of the imagination. There's a visual there so you could see. And then afterwards, Jamal Adams wasn't too happy. He was exchanging words, got a little vocal with the NFL's concussion protocol unit. But nonetheless, it sucks for Jamal Adams. I hate it for him. He was already looking pretty good out there. We'll see how long this takes. And this is in addition to him recovering from that torn pec already. I would call this win a costly. This was a costly win, an expensive performance because that wasn't the only injury. You also had Jarran Reed with the shin injury, Damien with the ankle, Phil Haynes with the calf injury, and then Geno Smith was out for a bit. He ultimately did come back, though. So you got the win, but it did come at a price with the injuries that occurred. Hopefully these guys will be okay. When we get more updates on their status, we'll let you know here on the channel. Today's show is brought to you by Manscaped, who is taking a step up from Ball-O-Ween to bring your face the cleanest shave it's ever seen. Get the sweetest treat this Halloween by going to manscaped.com and use code Seahawks for 20% off plus free shipping. Are you tired of a bad razor making your neck look like a scary movie? With the Handyman skin-safe technology to help reduce nicks and cuts, you can finally feel confident when going for that close shave. And for my wolfmen with a little more scruff, more than my just little mustache here, Manscaped's Beard Hedger Pro Kit has everything you need to tame your mane. Go to manscaped.com, use promo code Seahawks for 20% off plus free shipping. That's 20% off plus free shipping with promo code Seahawks at manscaped.com. Tell them that Tyler Jones at Chat Sports sent you. You will be glad you did. Now to the NFC West. The Seahawks can win the NFC West. Not an overreaction, folks. Look, this is a two-team race. The Rams, they had their moment beating the Seahawks week 1. But now I think it's all about Seattle and San Francisco. And specifically, looking at that San Francisco 49ers team. I'm not going to sit here and just be like, you know what, 49ers, act like I'm very concerned about the San Francisco 49ers and hoping that they lose games and all this and following about that. Because here's the deal. Seahawks control their own destiny. To win the division, Seahawks control everything. We're not worried about what the Niners are doing week in and week out. They're a very good football team. They have played really well. But Seattle, it doesn't matter what they do. You take care of business. You win the games you need to. You can still win this division title, quite frankly. San Francisco is very talented. No ifs and buts about that. But I'm not going to sit here and lose sleep over, hey, is San Francisco going to beat Philly this week? Or are they going to beat this team, whatever it may be? It's all in for the Seattle Seahawks here. Just a game back. You play San Francisco twice. You can win this division. You look at the upcoming schedule for the Seahawks. Cincinnati, Joe Burrow's a little banged up right now. He doesn't look quite right. Arizona should be a win. Cleveland has been up and down. You're at home for that. That should be a win. Baltimore's a pretty good team, and that's a road game. That's going to be an interesting test. And then the Washington Commanders, you should win that game. There's a decent chance the Seahawks win at least 4 of those games, maybe go 5-0 over this next stretch, and then you're putting yourself in the driver's seat for competing for this division title before you hit that home stretch. So everything's in front of this Seahawks team. Yes, they can win the division. Things are looking pretty good where they go from here. Will the Seahawks win the NFC West? Y for yes, N for no. What do you think? Make your prediction in the comment section and let us know what you think. Now, number 4 on Overreaction Tuesday. Quarterback controversy? No, it's not a quarterback controversy. I know that some of you, as I was reading through the comments, were saying, wow, Drew Lock looks good. He played better than Geno and everything, and wondering, would the offense be better off with Drew Lock? Stop. Slow down. Slow down. Hold your roll. Let me say this. Drew Lock looked good. And I got to say, for the little time that he was out there, he made plays, and I think that was big for his confidence. Because one thing we can point to with Drew Lock, I think that's kind of held him back, is his lack of confidence, right? And what we saw last night was a step in the right direction of his development in coming along. But he's no more than a backup for Geno Smith. If something were to happen to Geno, like last night, let's say Geno was going to be out for the rest of the game, I think we can sit here and feel fully confident that Drew Lock can get the job done for the time being. But as far as a quarterback controversy goes, this is Geno Smith's team. No one is taking that away from Geno Smith. And according to Pete Carroll, Geno avoided a serious injury. So we're not having a quarterback controversy here. This is Geno's job, and Geno seems to be just fine. Pete Carroll weighing in, asking about if Geno is all right, and he said, think so. We went back in the game. He was able to get back out there, so I think so. It was a really scary moment, and rightfully so. We can understand why it was a scary moment, but nonetheless, Geno looks to be fine. Who's the quarterback you're rolling with? I don't want to see any DLs. Don't give me those DLs for Drew Lock. I know I saw those earlier. We like Drew. Drew's fine as a backup, but this is still Geno's team. Spam those GSs for Geno Smith in the comments section. and show Geno Smith your love. QB1, the only correct answer here. Drew is not Drew Lock. It's Geno Smith. Folks, I had a hell of a time with the watch party last night. Smitty joined me, and we really just enjoyed it, folks. And we got some exciting stuff coming up. I know there's a bye week this week, but that doesn't mean that we can't start looking ahead to this Bengals game coming up in a week or so. So, if you want to beat the Bengals, subscribe to the channel and don't jinx it. You want that Seahawks win? Subscribe now. Sub for Dubs. Let's keep the momentum going. 3-game winning streak. Let's take down the Bungles next. Subscribe to the channel for daily Seahawks coverage. We'll be live tomorrow here on Seahawks Today, and we'll be live for watch parties all season long right here on Seahawks Today. Last and Overreaction Monday, after just a historic night, 11 sacks, a pass rush, all of a sudden everything's fixed, everything's okay. I'm holding the phone on that one just yet. Look, two things can be true. The Seahawks pass rush was phenomenal. But now the next step we need to see is more consistency with this group. You did what you needed to do last night, A-plus performance from that pass rush. But the truth of the matter, on the other side is, you were going up against a bad New York Giants offensive line and a bad quarterback in Daniel Jones on the other side. So let's see more of what we saw last night. And everyone got a sack last night. Bobby, JB, Devon, Uchenna, Miles Adams, Mario Edwards, Boye Mafe, 11 total sacks. It was a great night. But let's see more of that. The 11 sacks the Seahawks had last night, that tied a Seahawks franchise record for a single game. You got to go all the way back to 1986 for the last time the Seahawks had 11 sacks in one game. I wasn't even born till 10 years after that. So, with that said, it was a good night. A lot to be optimistic about. Now we move on from here. What is your biggest overreaction to the Seahawks win against the Giants? We went through of them. Now, it's your chance to weigh in. Chime in the comment section. Tell me what it is, and we'll see you next time right here on Seahawks Today.